Well, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to fly this Aosenma CG035 and for once try to make a flight review of this beast of a quad that is kind of small. Well, it's not a beast, but it has very good functions like a very good GPS, and I really like the GPS, how it works on this one. It lands really nice when it comes back and landing after GPS, and you can land it really nice manually. It do have really good flight characteristics overall. I won't try out the camera today though, but I have told you before it shakes a lot, and this camera is kind of heavy, but it do work on my other quad which I tried out before. I did put that online, I think, on my channel, so you would see that this camera do kind of work good. It's not that bad at all, but I won't use it this time. There are some slight problems with this quad, and that's the problems that you didn't get a real prop removal tool. So the only thing you can remove is the nut caps over here, those. So I can't remove the props. I don't have I don't know what the name of those things that you can hold. Yeah, it's some sort of a grip tool. I don't know the name in English of that one. If I had that, I might be able to remove the props. I don't know what Aosenma thought about using a tool that really do not fit the quad. But that's one of the bad things. The quality of the quad is actually kinda okay. It's not perfect. The plastic is cheap plastic. It can perhaps handle a drop from this point, but it would kinda crack, I think, if you let it down too hard or drop it from a higher point. The legs are really flimsy, as you can see here. Very soft legs, but this one, as I said, lands really good. So the legs would kind of handle that. It flies really fast when it flies through the air, both in GPS and without GPS. I don't like the altitude, the flight mode without GPS and altitude hold, which you get if you have both switches, both SWB and SWA up on the first position, because it would only stay for a couple of seconds on the same spot, and it started to descend, and then you have to push the throttle up again. The follow me function, which if you press on this button, it's fantastic. You do have to be in position 2 on this one and position 1 on this one, and then you press this one, and then it would follow you quite really good. It's maybe one of the best I've seen on the toy grade quad. So if I have this switch in position 2 and push this on the switch A on position 2, you get into circle me mode. It kind of works, but I really haven't been able to find out what really to do with that function, because it started to circle very strangely. I think I shall see if I can try that out later on. Position 3, you get into headless mode. I never really used that one, but it do work on this one, it works good. If switch B, go down to third position, you get into return to land. One important thing to know about this quad is that it do not have a return to land when the battery gets almost completed. It will beep and tell you that you have to be back within 2-3 minutes and land. So it do not return by itself. It do return if you lose connection though. So it has a return to land if you lose connection. And one more, do not abort return to land in mid-flight when it comes back, because it flies kind of fast back to you. And it flies against the controller. So if all LED lights are turned off, everything should be fine. So if no lights are shining or turned on, there should be no problems with GPS or batteries on either quad or controller. These buttons are not used for anything. That button aren't used for anything, not this either. But this one is auto launch and auto landing. Then we have on and off here. So let's get this bird flying, I think. Okay, as you see, there are 2 lights turned on here, and that means that we do not have any GPS connection on either quad or controller yet. But we are connected to the quad. I should do a little compass calibration, and how to do that, you do a up, down, 4,000, and then you do, no, yes, that's a compass calibration. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. When you're done, you push it back. I have a compass. I think I have compass in this one now. If you want to do a little gyroscope calibration, you use this one and you do it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let it back, and then it would change some lights, LEDs here, and then it would just stand there. I now have compass control on all buttons here. All LEDs are turned off. So let's get this into there. It's kinda chilly today. But there is no real winds. Let the camera get up here. I'm going to auto launch it. I pressed that button 3 times. The optical positioning system works good inside, indoors, and it should perhaps work already this time. The altitude hold is a little fluctuating, but as you see, it's stable. Kinda really stable. I think it's the positioning system that's actually working here. Let's try it out and fly it a little. I do not really like the LEDs on this one though. I think it should have been better if the LEDs were red in the back and green or blue in the front. But it do have, it's a fast turner. You see it flies really well. I shall let it stay there for a second. Let the car move away before I go and fly anywhere. Let's try the return to home. As I said before, you should just pull the switch B into third position and it should come back to me. Doing like this. I think it kind of sometimes gets too close to myself. So I feel more secure having it a little further away from me. So let's see. It's going down. Just kind of on top of me. It descends slowly. They have programmed the quad to land around a meter or two away from the controller. As you see, it works without any flaws. It actually works really good. And now it starts to land. And it slows down, as you can see. And touchdown. Yeah, that's the return to land. So let's try out the follow me function. I will go back a little here. I do not have any camera now, but I press the C button here. You have to be in switch B and switch A on position 1, switch B on position 2. And now it turns around and flashes the light like that. Now you know it's in GPS mode. And you can see it's following me. The good part with this one is that it actually is following in as you can see, it kind of turns the camera around as well. So that's a very good positioning system, or follow me system here. Just remember that this bird do not have any sensors like the DJI, so it won't turn away from obstacles and stuff like that. So let's fly it a little more. I kind of really love this one. It's not without its flaws. It do have some strange things happening sometimes with it. Like it sometimes won't fly straight, but I actually think it's more or less to the controller itself than the quad. And now I'm actually landing it manually. This is full, joystick down. It do have some problems sometimes with snow, so it do not like really winter. I don't know if I dare to. And you see, there is snow under. So it really have some issues being on the right position now. The positioning system is kind of failing now because of the snow, I think. So let's see, now I'm on the so now it's getting a lot, and I think that's this because of when I can't see what's happening below it. So let's see if yeah, about the normal mode. You see, there's no altitude hold here, but it kind of sinks slowly. I think it's kind of tough to fly this way. So I push it back in GPS. Let's see how circle mode works. It's a little close and a little narrow here. You have to press at the direction somewhere, and it's starting to go around like that. It's not the very best circle me, but I think I got into a right position here though. It's not that bad. I don't know if it do not follow this one. It maybe should have. And you see, it kind of goes up and down a little. But it works kind of good. I think I actually would be in the picture. I halting that one. The flight time of this thing is around. Let's see what's happened. I landed now. As I saw, it has some strange twitching motion sometimes, and I think that one has to do with the controller, this one. When I put it into the computer itself and check about the calibrations, it actually seems to make movements without you doing anything. So I think the controller is at fault. So it's actually getting some directions input without me actually doing any inputs. And I think that is one of the issues with this quad. It's a nice quad. I actually recommend this, but look out for this one. It could be some strange stuff happening with the controller. So if you get something fishy, try to get a new controller. So there you have it. This quad has quite a lot for the money. It's kinda cheap. But I think you should buy this. It's a really neat quad. It's fun to use. The sad stuff is that the camera could have been perhaps more stable. If you can get a gimbal, that would be perfect, I guess. So till next time, bye.